do is they think about, like, they go FFH and then not even bring up mobility. So the big thing is every single conversation just talking about mobility. Number two thing that's really, really important is simplifying. So like some people, like people will be very like complicated. I'm giving you this, 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 this. I just simplify, make sure the customer knows it makes sense. All we're doing, same number, more data, less money. Just keep repeating that so they understand that, because it's nothing crazy. Like customers don't really understand. They think it's a whole complicated process, but I always say like takes 10 minutes. You're gonna get exact same phone number, exact same phone. We're gonna give you more data, and you're gonna save money and get better cell coverage. So big thing with mobility is just kind of simplify and recap. Um, I'd say another certain strategy I use as well that really works well is making them feel really special. So like we're giving you this, like say they have TELUS internet, like you're getting this because you have internet, or you're getting this because of this. Now it's just making the, like it's the same offer, just making the customers feel special. But I find that really helps because then they're like, just adds that extra bit of like they feel like you are like helping them out. So the main thing I find, I feel like mobility is like not about it. Number two is simplifying it, make sure it makes sense. So
I
more
think,
data, better.
I think it
Hey,
might be
Graham,
the internet.
Yeah, everybody has that.
okay, I thought it was me. I was like, oh no, not me. And then I saw
You're
Fred's
frozen,
head move.
Graham.
And the second I saw Fred's head move, I was like, yes, it's not me.
Can you guys, am I still frozen or?
We're good now, Graham.
Where did you guys last hear me?
You're recapping 1 through 3, and you got down to 2.
Oh, two. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah.
you're at simplify. What's
Oh,
after
simplify.
simplify?
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, number two is simplify. Number three is just recap, as I'm doing now. So recap, recap, recap. Same number, more data, less money. Like, why wouldn't they do it? It makes no sense why they wouldn't want to do it. And then number four is make them feel special. So, like, you're getting this because of this, or we found that people on your provider are paying more. We're giving you a big discount because you have TELUS, or because of this, because of that, to make them feel special. Number four, those are kind of the main points I find. For the actual like pitch part, I basically just lead in with something that makes. So say for example, I talk to them like I start talking about mobility. I would ask like first I would introduce it by making them feel special. So I would say like we're here from TELUS because basically existing TELUS customers are getting a really, really big discount on mobility. And then I would say, now we found that Rogers, Bell, TELUS, or Rogers, Bell, Virgin, and Fido customers are paying about 40% more than typical. Are you using one of those providers currently? And they'll say, yeah, I'm using Virgin. I would say, awesome. And are you a big data user? Are you not using too much data? And they'll tell me, yeah, I'm using a lot of data. And then I'd say, awesome. We have a great plan for you. It's gonna give you more data and actually save you some money as a bonus as well. Then I'd ask them, how much are you paying? Blah, blah, blah. And I'd say they're paying, I don't know, $90 and they have 8 gigs of data. Awesome. From now on, you're actually gonna pay only $75 a month, get 20 gigs of LTE and unlimited 3G, and save some money as well. Then I'd go through it. We're gonna give you the same number, more data, less money, and then go for the close basically. But that's basically how I sell mobility. Again, just talk about it. Number one, if you're not talking about it, you're not going to sell it. Number two, really simplify it. Number three, recap. And number four, make them feel special as well.
Graham, anything you do differently when it comes to family plans?
What's that?
Anything you do differently or suggest when it comes to family plans? Any tips and ideas how you can simplify it when it comes to more than one person? Do you ask them if they're sharing? Do you make them share? Do you?
Yeah, for family plans, I just if they're already all with, like say Bell, I just pitch them like a full price with us. I wouldn't say anything super special with family plans. I sell it the same basically. I do make it simple, like you're gonna all have it under one bill, but they already have that typically.
Awesome. Any questions for Graham before I guess we pass it to Sonia?
do you know the prices by heart, or do you go through the
100%.
iPad?
Yeah, 100%. That's a big thing too. It's just like knowing the prices. If you know the price, you can't sell it if you don't know the prices. So yeah, I know all the prices, 100%.
It's just 4 prices, pretty much. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's got a question for the number one seller in our company. Blows my mind. Okay. I talked to Graham for like a couple hours the other day, so I was just curious. Nothing? Okay. Thanks, Graham. If you want to stay on for Sanyam. If you don't, you can bounce.
Yeah.
Thank you, bud.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks for sharing, Graham.
Quick
Thank
question, actually. What do you say for people who are in contracts? Is there a certain time frame you try to deal with it, or you just kind of walk away from it?
I actually signed up a lot of people in contracts. I just kind of talk to them. That's one thing I guess I could talk about briefly. I just kind of like pitch as like an investment. Like if I kind of ask them like, what's the point? So say we do the math. I pitch them. They're paying $100 with Bell. They have 4 gigs of data, but they have an iPhone XR, let's say, and their balance is they have a year left, and their balance is $400, let's say, or maybe it's $300. It's just $300. I say, hey, yeah, you could go and pay $100 a month for 5 gigs of data for the next. Say they're using 4 gigs, they have 5 gigs. I could say, yeah, you could pay $100 a month for the next year, or Sanyam screen sharing, or instead of you paying $100 for the next year, why not pay $45 a month? Pay $65 less. Yeah, you're gonna pay like $300 right away, but over the course of the year, you're gonna save like X amount of money. You're gonna save $650. So I just like to picture kind of as them in paying an upfront payment, investing in themselves, investing in their phone, and they'll save money. That's what I do.
Thank you.
Awesome. Everyone, please come off mute. Let's give Graham a huge round of applause, only for coming on and sharing his time with us, but his knowledge, but everything he does on a day-by-day basis, week-by-week, month-by-month basis. So come off mute. Give him a big round of applause. Thanks, Graham, for everything you do.
Good job, man.
Thanks, Graham. You're fantastic.
Keep doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for doing that. And everyone else, please send them your well wishes on Flock for coming on today. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you, guys.
Graham, I owe you 120 nuggets again. So we'll do that next.
That's fun.
Okay, awesome. So looks like we got a bit of a presentation coming up. So Sanyam, it's up to you, buddy. Let's see what you got.
Thank you so much, Adam. Good morning, wonderful managers. How's it going?
It's going well.
Great, Sanyam.
Fantastic.
Okay. Hi, Graham. Long time no see. Okay, let's begin. So today, basically, I'm just going to cover the points which I think are working out from me, because I personally felt I've increased a lot in the last, I'll say 5 months in terms of mobility. And I still think if I have the option to just sell mobility all 5 days, I can send more than 60, 70, 80 mobilities a week. That's what I feel. But once again, it changes every week. Every week we feel that we are good at something and we are at learning stage in something. But let's begin. So first of all, first thing I make sure I am on the board with is who I'm working for and what is my goal. There is no point of working for anything if we don't have a goal. So our vision starts with that, to be the best in the industry at what we do. That doesn't only mean being the best in the industry in selling mobilities, but being the best in the industry as an individual, as a salesperson, as a person who can help out customers, and most importantly, figuring out that what the customer actually needs, being the best at solution selling, being the best leader. So my focus is a lot on the vision to be the best. There is nothing better than being the best. The best is still better than one of the best. So that's pretty important. Next, coming on to the slide. Oh my God, actually, I think my laptop. Okay. As Graham was talking about, start pitching. There is no way that the customers, okay, 1 or 2% of the customers may ask that, okay, do you guys also sell cell phones? but I have worked with JMCs. We all have worked with JMCs. Do they actually ask for mobility? The honest answer would be okay, only 10 to 15% who think that our plans are way better, who thinks that our network is number one in Canada. But I think the first basic is start pitching, start pitching, start pitching, and start pitching. There is no such thing as a free lunch. The customers won't give you a free lunch that, okay, here you go, you have our 5 mobilities, just switch us off. So I think the biggest thing that we all need to start, we need to take the baby step, is by starting to pitch to each and every customer, no matter what they have. Because I have personally seen people telling to me that, okay, they have internet, TV, home phone, home security with TELUS. I think we should skip this house. The answer is no. You don't know how many cell phone lines they have. You don't know what kind of plans they have. So it shouldn't be like, if they have everything, what do we sell them? They still have mobility. Even if they say it has mobility, go sell them more mobilities. 100% sure not all of them have TELUS. So start pitching. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Our team is on that stage when everybody's is starting to pitch mobility, because they know that bonuses are there, the plans are wonderful. The plans won't remain the same always. They would definitely go back to the normal plans. 20 gigs would come down back to 10. Would they prefer selling the same thing at the same price at that time, or selling it at this time when it's 20 gigs? So that's first. How do I position? So um, it really matters a lot that how we are starting our conversations with the customer. So usually what I used to do was, I thought that, okay, selling is all about good pricing, that I'm giving a customer a better price than what they have. And I think this was my thinking for the first 6 months, even though I had a wonderful leader like Prab and Saf who were like always telling me that, okay, sell on the value. But back in my mind, I had that, okay, if I give a better lead to the customer, they would take it. And I think that's where I was stuck. But fortunately for me, I figured that out, that it's not about price, it's about the value the customer gets. If they are paying $50, are they getting the value they deserve for the $50 or no? So that's my next question to the customers, that, okay, you're paying $60 or $50 to this provider, X provider. Do you get the best network? Do you get these kind of plans which offer you unlimited data even after like basically 10 gigs, 20 gigs, whatever it is? So talk about everything that we have. Then my biggest question is, okay, and I think I learned this thing from Ontario, like working in a territory where it's just mobilities, there is no internet. So my question was like this. Okay, so Mr. Customer, if Rogers came to you today, they gave you a call that, okay, hey, Mr. X, thank you so much for being a loyal customer. Since you have been such a loyal customer with us from these many years, we are going to give you 4 gigs, 5 gigs extra included. Would you take it? They'd be like, yeah, definitely. So my thing would be like, okay, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to build up a relation with you so that we are able to give you this offer, which only loyalty customers get. So I'm pretty sure you won't reject the offer that Rogers will give you, right? This is one way that was working out like in a way better way in Ontario, but definitely this is the plan that won't exist all the time. 9 gigs, $50 won't be there all the time. Then comes the other part. The customers are like, we are paying 60, why should we pay 75 with TELUS? Then I literally have to make them pay $15 extra by telling them the value they get with TELUS. I emphasized on the best network in Canada. I'll show in the later part of the slideshow. So I think my biggest weapon I had was whenever the customer would argue that, okay, not argue, like, first of all, I would agree with them whenever they say something that, okay, Bell is good, Rogers is good, Fido is good. I would just go on Safari, Google, and I would type best network provider in Canada. And luckily, TELUS would come up in bold letters. TELUS is the #1 network provider in Canada. So I will use that to all the customers. See, this is not from a TELUS website. This is from an actual Google source. which says that TELUS has this much percentage of land coverage of 4G in Canada. So definitely I talk about that. It is number one network in Canada, peace of mind, unlimited data, no overcharges, no contract. We sell a product that's on contract, internet for 2 years, security for 3 years. If we had those products for the same price without contracts, I think home security would have 100 home securities, 100 home securities more. So I think we have to make sure we know that what we have available in terms of what we don't have. So I think no contract is a big thing. Same number. Customers, like it's a basic thing for us that okay, definitely it would be the same number. But I think 50% of the customers, even who are educated in this kind of field, that they know about technology, they're still not aware that they keep the same number. Therefore, they prefer ending the conversations quickly rather than going till the end. So I think talking about what we have is very important, letting them know that okay, you'll keep the same number, you don't have to give up to switch. That is pretty important. On top of that, on top of the wonderful plans we have, we still have the MNH discount. So that's like basically icing on the top. If the customer is like, okay, $75, this, before they say anything, okay, since you're an existing customer, specifically for you, we're gonna give you this discount. I wait, they talk this. When they're about to say something else, I'm like, okay, so let's close it like this. We're gonna give you a bill credit of $200 for signing up for a product that's not on contract, and basically you get more things. They're like, oh, okay, wow. And personally, for me, I think, see, what I have figured out is if the customer is in a habit of saying yes, like if you have started a conversation in a way that they're just saying yes, that okay, hey, are you using TELUS? Yes. You have Internet 150? Yes. Are you Mr. X? Yes. You have this plan? This? Yes. So now they're in a flow of yes. So yes is the word that's literally on their tongue. They just want to say yes. So before asking them a question, decisive question that, okay, what would be your driver's license number? What would be your first and last name? All that, I think I make sure that they are in that flow, that they feel that yes is literally on their tongue. So go with the yes flow in the conversation. It really helps. It actually helps. Coming on to the next, positioning. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, positioning. Once again, the same thing. This is literally what happens whenever we go online and on Safari, Google, and we type best network in Canada. This is a screenshot from my phone. It says TELUS. I literally have to do this. If the customer is like, what's the reception like with Canada, with TELUS? Like, it's number one. It's like they're exactly the same. Bell, Rogers, TELUS. Like, okay, Bell is pretty good, but we still have the upper hand. We have the best network. We have the hybrid 4G coverage. And I show them this. They're like, okay. Then they kind of think that, okay, this is actually true. This is actually happening. So TELUS has 28.8 4G coverage. Bell has exactly the same. It's actually exactly the same. Then Rogers, then Freedom. Like, I don't even know how Freedom customers would ever try to tell us that, okay, TELUS is not good in reception. So I think that's out of topic. Freedom, maybe I'll just take it out. But Rogers, Bell, and TELUS. If a customer has Rogers and Bell, I usually start the conversation with like, okay, sir, I do understand that you like the services with Bell or Rogers. And I'm not telling you their net reception is not good. It's pretty good. Bell has pretty good reception. It's kind of similar to TELUS. But once again, coming on to the same point, are you getting the value for money you're spending? Are you getting what you deserve for paying $50? And then he's like, So then I think at that point I catch his attention that, okay, this is actually something that's better than what I have. Some people prefer just selling, because I think in the last 3 weeks when I was in Ontario, I literally didn't care about what my commissions are. All I cared about was hitting the numbers and crushing the numbers, that if people see, if managers see that this guy worked in Ontario, what did he finish with? So I was like, let's kill it in that way, that they think that okay, it was crazy. And I think second week was pretty crazy. I finished with around 25 in a territory that was just mobility and SHS. So that was one part when we think that okay, we have to sell because we have to hit the numbers. When somebody is doing a marketing push, they're hitting the numbers. But I think 60 or 70% of the reps on our teams, they work because they want to make money, but they're not aware that they don't do the calculations that they would make more money by selling mobilities rather than selling TV internet. It's not that we are telling them don't sell internet and TV, but I think we just have to make sure they're on the same page, that they know that okay, if you sell mobility, this is how much you can make. And that to selling a product that's without contract, that's way easier for us to sell than selling products like home security, which is on a contract for 36 months. So I think the $40 Kudo BYD spiff tell us $60 spiff, then the additional bonuses we just got, the $200 and $300 for doing 9 and 12 mobilities respectively. On top of that, the $15 commission. So mathematically, one Kudo BYD would make us 55. One Teles would make us 75. And when we are talking to any customer, it's like the chances are very low that they only have a single line. So usually they have a family, and they have 4, 3, 2, like at least 2 lines per household. So if we look at that way and we say that on an average they have 3 lines, that's still more than what internet, TV, home phone would combined make us. So I think that is pretty important. And I've found this sentence from from the bonus field, from the bonus file. It's bananas how many phones we get. And you definitely don't want to miss them. I personally don't want to miss them. I was talking to Prab, and I'm like, Prab, this time you're not taking the phone. I guarantee you, I'm taking the phone. So I think that that's pretty important. Now we have the phones as well, so we'll make sure that we are hitting that as well. So let's get those beautiful new phones. Then order processing. I think this is kind of important chart. Even at first it was difficult for me to see that okay, what can we use to sign up? But I think this chart we can use driver's license, EID, SIN, EID, driver's license, SIN. I personally always go with driver's license and SIN. I don't make the customer feel that like it is not fine for them giving out the SIN, right? But I make them feel that it's fine if you're giving out a SIN. It's not a big deal. I just don't ask them that, okay, is it fine if I ask you the SIM? They're like, no, why do you need the SIM? So I just go into conversation, hey, what's your first name, last name, and your SIN number? And that's it. I just make them feel that, okay, SIN number is just like a normal driver's license number. It's nothing. It's nothing. So a lot of people, I think, even I used to do this personally, I made it difficult for the customer to give out personal information by making them feel that, okay, you're giving out personal information and this is how we take it. Just making it complicated, just making him think once again before he basically gives us that information. But there are some customers which don't prefer giving out the SIN number. I'm like, okay, that's fine. We have the other option in which we'll ask you 5 security questions and I'll give you these many options for each. So whichever you're fine with, I still give them the option. Then some customers are like, okay, instead of going through that process, I'll just give out a SIN number. So I think that is also something to be learning, I'd say, being good at asking for a SIN number. So again, I start with driver's license and SIN. I try avoiding EID because I had a phase in which like I think 7 or 8 EIDs fail. And I was like, oh my God, the customer is ready. I'm ready. The EID failed. The account also got created. The EID failed. I lost, I think, maybe 2 or 3 customers. but the others I convinced that okay, this is something that we are not able to verify, so we would have to add a SIN number for your security purposes. And then they're like, okay. So AID is is a very helpful invention for us. Otherwise, like if customer doesn't want to give SIN number, then we are like kind of, is there a workaround so that we can get it? I know that we had credit cards, but AID is basically, I think, something that helps a lot. It's pretty good. Active offers for Kudo first. For the offers are amazing. I can talk all day on the offers we have, the kind of offers we can offer to a customer. No activation charges. I love it. I love no activation charges. I wish I had the same with TELUS. I would sell TELUS more, but no activation charges with Kudo. 1,000 long distance minutes to USA, China, Australia, Germany. In Kudo D2C, it's UK, and that's pretty amazing. When I say you have 1,000 calling minutes to US as well, they're like, oh, you have to pay extra with that company, right? You have to pay this much extra if you have to make calls. Then they're like, okay, we don't call US. We don't call US, we just use WhatsApp calling. I'm like, once again, if Rogers comes to you and they're like, hey, for being a loyal customer, we'll give you 1,000 minutes included in the package. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a relation with you that you get the best deals, the loyalty deals that we have. And this is one of them. So does it make sense for you to basically have this? And then then they think, and ultimately it happens. The $0 5 GB add-on. Wow. For like, I don't have this kind of plan, and I wish I could, but I'm on a contract. It's amazing. $50, 9 gigs. I think 99% of the customers have $50, 4 gigs or 6 gigs with Fido. That's all. Nobody has 9 gigs. Some that 1% may have if they called Fido that okay, they are offering this, we need this. But I think majority of the customers have 4 and 5 gigs. And I think that's the reason the same thing would work. That okay, if Fido calls you and tells you we'll give you 5 gigs more included in this plan for same price, you would take it, right? Because they are telling you you're a loyalty customer. Exactly, that's the relation I'm trying to build with you, so that you get that wonderful loyalty deal. An offer code for that is Kudo D2C for Freedom customers. I think this is a huge step, because usually I think Freedom customers were not so difficult to switch, because they knew that even I was with Freedom, they knew that Freedom is Dash. It doesn't work. It goes to nationwide on every second location. So I think in Freedom it was all about value, but now we have the prices to back up as well, which is pretty amazing. And I think in Ontario, I made 11 mobility sales from one customer, and all of his lines were with Freedom. Ultimately, he had to pay $120 extra each month with Kudo switching from Freedom. I spent around 1 hour with him telling him that why TELUS is number one, why our reception is the best, what you get with us, then they just tell that, okay, this is the thing that's not working out. I started a conversation with like, what is that one thing you think Freedom can improve on? And then they're like thinking, do you think they can improve on the reception? Like, yeah. Then we talk about that for a while, made sure that we are on the same page. For TELUS, wonderful $200 port-in credits. I remember these being 100 and we wondering that, okay, I wish it was more. I wish it was 150, 200. So 200 bird credits, it's fantastic. Then we have those wonderful offer codes, 20 GB peace of mind price for the price of 10 GB. That's very amazing. I'm pretty sure, I think now all of us have the 20 gigs plan if we have TELUS. Otherwise, $65, $75 is for 10 gigs. It has been 10 gigs from last 1 year, 1.5 year. It's 20 gigs right now. So once again, coming back to the point we started on, if not now, then when? If we are not trying to sell the product now, then when? Because I think this is the best phase when everybody can learn that, okay, this is how we sell mobility. this is the best time when everybody would kill in mobilities, and later when the plan goes back to normal, they can still kill it. So I think this is kind of a booster for everyone to sell, so that it's easier for them to sell, because it's easy. You don't have to be a good salesperson to sell this plan. It's easy. 65, 20 gigs, $200 credits, no contract, same number. Anybody can sell this. So if you are a salesperson, you work in the acquisition group, where our vision is to be the best in the company, and you still can't sell this product, there is a problem. And the problem is you're not pitching. That is the problem. There is no other problem. Anybody can't tell us that, okay, the plans are not good. I'm not good. It doesn't matter, even if you're not good. You just have to talk about this product and you would sell it. So I think the only thing that we have to make sure is our teams are pitching mobility to each and single customer. The voice only now qualifies for multi-unit discount, which means if we are signing up a customer for 4 lines and 2 of those lines are just voice only, guess how much the voice only plans would be for? 25 minus 15, that's $10. Wow, $10 for voice only with TELUS, not with Shaw, with TELUS. Wow, I wish I had a family of 4 right now, so that I could get them that plan. $10 with TELUS for voice only. Wow. So I think this is pretty amazing. I don't have more offers in this presentation, because I feel like talking about offers and the promos we have in a presentation won't make any sense. I just refer my team to look at the sales tools, otherwise contact me. So please refer to sales tools for plans. So that's end. But once again, I'll say thank you so much for listening. And I would end with this. When I went to Ontario and I came back as an improved salesperson who sells on value. I no longer care if this plan goes to $95. I can assure you, I'll still pull the same mobility numbers, even more, with $95. Because I think it's all about creating value and making sure that the customer is aware of the value he's getting. And I think that's pretty much it.
I think you could, but let's pretend you can't, so we never have to sell a $95 plan. So let's
Okay.
let's keep it at 75 or lower. But big round of applause to Sam, man. Holy moly.
Yeah, whoa,
That was absolutely so sick.
I didn't see everyone
That was
clap.
so
Everyone
sick.
better come off mute.
Um,
Scott, Fred, Ben, Pixel 4. He's got a Pixel 4. Liam's got a Pixel 4. That's sick. Doina, Rico, everyone. Round of applause. That was pretty great. Steven.
So sick.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
Who's William?
Sam and Graham, can you do me a favor? In the D2C chat we have on Flock, can you please post your notes from what you presented today? Sanyam, can you please post individual slides rather than just a whole slideshow? If you post a whole slideshow, no one's going to go in and actually look at that. But if you post the individual slides, it's going to populate, so they at least have to look at it. And then I'll post the recording of this, and hopefully that we get some more